interesting map where it is heavily defender heavy kind of a map, and in a way,
there it is. You don't have to worry about it. There's no harbor. No harbor today. We got the Flak Fort. Okay.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
commentating is a living, breathing experience. Everything is subject to change.
So here's the thing, right? Like, okay, so from here on out, whatever we say, just think of the opposite, and that's what's gonna happen.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, Flak Fort, Flak Fort. We were expecting it to be banned. No, it is not. It's gonna be the first pick as well. Harbor City banned. But there you go, Flak Fort and Quarry. But the question is, would we actually get to Mountain R&D Lab?
Well, I'm a big fan of that third match of that third game, and anyone who's played with me in matchmaking, you've heard me say things like, "Hey, just let them win, so we can get a third game."
So you can get to game number 3. Yo.
Yeah, that's usually. I'm like, hey, this is I know everything's on the line right now, but hey, we're never gonna.
Let's give a show
to me again. Let's just give them this round. Don't make it obvious. Let's go give them this round. And just so we can get a third game for that big hype moment of who's gonna win, who's gonna lose. It's really funny that these maps were banned out. Colony Trading Posts that hit about 35 bans so far within this entire series. And I think in the very beginning, Colony Trading Posts was just one of those. It was one of the newest maps of its season, and it was one of those things where like it was so open and new, everyone felt a little like, whoa, like this is too new for us. Like let's hold back a bit, and like let's go to our comfort maps because we know that we can win on those. But in a lot of the recent events, I've seen nothing but Colony Trading Posts just because there's a lot of aerial advantage. So I'm pretty sure at some point, some of the other teams are going to pick Colony Trading Posts. Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, it's just something that we have to look forward to. But speaking of looking forward to something, we are now going into the game. I know you guys want this for quite a long time now. You guys have been waiting for this as well, and we have too. And we are now heading into our first game. Once again, it is Tekka Dynasty versus Portline Burnsiders.
All right. It's a break. That's good. All right. All right. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a good one. This is Tekka Dynasty versus Portland Burnsiders. Our, again, first match of the day. Wiping the cobwebs off. Mobile suits getting ready to rock. I really like how, when it comes to maps like this, units like Ashmere are so good just because they can do a lot of damage from very far away with their mollies. I also noticed that both teams are running an Ash as well, and that's just honestly the smartest thing to do.
Okay, well, yeah, they are.
There's a lot of really interesting things about running Hyperion on a map like this, just because you can create so much space for your team. There's just as long as you just continue to let them know when your shield's coming up, you can use that as an opportunity to get anyone that's low on hit points or maybe revive someone, throw that shield up. But it looks like they're trying to go in through the side entrance, which is very smart. However, it's definitely a funnel, so maybe if 2 units go in that way and another one flanks around, they'd have a better chance of capturing the first objective.
Right.
Check the red dom.
Really beautiful defense here coming in from Tekka Dynasty, and that's going to be another one as well.
So happy to see they're running heavy arms. Yeah. Oh, man.
And heavy arms definitely shows the kind of how heavy it is. Heavy defense right now for Tekka Dynasty. Ladies and gentlemen, all pilots alike.
Tekka Dynasty is honestly very familiar with a map like this. I see a lot of very strong names. A robot, you got Hawklight, Dark Infestor. They live, sleep, breathe this map, and they're doing a phenomenal job at just making sure that they're keeping the enemy team off of it. I mean, there's still 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and to be honest with you, it's one of the situations where it's like you only need 1 second. They give you a lot of time, but in Gundam Evolution, you really only need 1 second, that momentum, and having that opportunity to capture that objective, and then you can extend the time just a little longer.
No, yeah, for sure. And speaking of that momentum, it seems that PB is getting in on that right now.
Switch to me. Switch off me.
Great. Portland Burnsiders already about halfway. We got 2 people on the point. If they can get a third person on that point, it'll actually move a lot faster. I don't know if a lot of you pilots know this, but the point objective will move faster once you
there's no audio?
had about a minimum of 3 people on the point. And it looks like there's 1 person there just holding it down. It looks like they just got and they got wiped out at the last second there. Hawklight is just doing what he does, turning out the lights and making sure that the enemy team just fights in the dark.
Wow, look at that. Still at the half point here for PB. Still need to do a lot here. And as we can see, only a minute and a half left here.
Look at Kyle. I think he got stuck. He either got stuck or what he's doing. He might have been holding out to hang out there long enough to get another transformation so that he didn't lose the airtime. I've done silly things like that before, and he has that ult. It's ready to go. He's just looking for an opportunity.
Oh, here comes the punch.
There it is, the punch. It's the 1 punch, and the molly. Beautiful. Very nice. They were able to just make a little bit.
Are we gonna be getting some extension here? Not quite yet.
Phenomenal at hitting the point.
Yeah,
that's Portland Burnsiders got to go back home. They got 45 seconds left. There's only about 5 of them up with another one coming, but they're holding on to these ults. I don't know what they're going to be able to do with about 35 seconds left and 2 G maneuvers. Hyperion's almost up to his. There goes with his, but he's not using it just yet. However, we do have some more ultimates coming out. Jim just threw his out as well. Hill Rider still holding on to his.
But here's the thing, though. If they cannot take this, they're going to have very ample amount of time going into the second point. But look at this right now. PB trying to get in now.
Okay. They just need that one little tick. They just need a pixel. They just need a pixel.
They do.
There it is, and they got it.
Team kill. There you go. Beautiful. Beautiful PB.
Will be advancing to the next objective. Tekka Dynasty is now going to have to regroup and figure out what was the weakness? Where was it? What happened that they were able to just get overtaken like that? And what's really interesting about this game? Sometimes players just play better when it's a certain amount of time left. However, Hyperion's ult's going out. doesn't really hit anyone, but does create a little bit of distraction. Sometimes that's all you need to break up the enemy team.
And they did as well. You know, Hyperion was able to get in, was able to spread out Tekka Dynasty as well. Gonna be able to put him a little bit of a point here, but not quite yet, not quite there. As TKD was able to get down 4 into the side of PB. But look at this right now. Tekka Dynasty is not letting their mistake from point A to ever spill to point B.
Here goes Zabi with the scan. Very nice. Yeah, there it is. So what's really cool is just, again, you know, when you're playing on this map, there's just so many line spots that you can fight around. And I honestly think that someone right now is setting up for an ultimate. Because the robot has his G maneuver ready. Our Hawklight just used his. Dom is trying to create some distraction. However, he ends up going down. A robot still has the turn A ultimate ready to go, ready to rock. Maybe they're just waiting for the last 30 seconds to just throw that out there. But honestly, right now is when both teams just really need to figure out, you know, can we defend with this? Portland Burnsiders really need to make something happen within the next 30 seconds. Again, you only need 1 second. As long as someone's standing on the point, you can extend the time of everything. But, you know, there it is. There's the turn A ultimate coming out. A robot just cleaning up.
Oh, but here's the thing, though. They only have 15 seconds left, and they
but you know what? That is the end of Portland Burnsiders.
Oh, that's not going to be good here. They don't have any points on point B, though they were able to get in that point A. No.
Nostalgia with the vanity ult. I love it. Love to see it.
Now, here's the thing. Tekka Dynasty only needs to get 1 point, right? Going over to their side. Going into this game as well, round 2.
That was a really good flex there, just from both teams. You know, when you're in a situation like this, again, like I said before, a robot has done a phenomenal job with just being able to take advantage of little opportunities. And even when you look at the damage, you know, we always want to call out the idea that, like, yes, damage can mean a lot, but sometimes strategy and objective callouts, these are the things that are not being added and, you know, to your stat sheet, but these things matter. A robot basically stops the enemy from pushing no matter what they may have had with that final ultimate, about 25 seconds on the clock. And in doing that, was just basically able to just, you know, clear up the point. Listen, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, you know. And again, that stuff can really, really, really turn the fight. It was interesting because we were talking about turn A before we even started the cast. And
with the G maneuver, right?
And how strong that G maneuver can be, especially when you just want to be the backbone of your team. And, you know, that player fatigue just sets in and everyone's trying their best. They've been hot for 3 to 5 minutes, but then the turn A ult goes out. And then I feel like everyone in their team can just, like, take a deep breath and breathe as long as the turn A doesn't get shot out of the sky.
No, for sure. But here you go. Going into round number 2, we're going to be starting Portland Burnsiders versus TKD.
Tekka Dynasty right here on the attack. It's you know, it's one of those things as well where some teams are very strong when it comes to attacking, other teams are very strong when it comes to defending. If there's one thing Tekka Dynasty has shown in their past performance and Portland Burnsiders is they are strong on defense.
Yeah, that is true. This is why this is the tournament to find out who is going to be on top. Hawklight, however, having 33k damage is going to be the first one to fall down.
Okay, that was a very nice, that was a very good stun there. Let's see if the gunner was able to take advantage of that.
No follow-up though.
Yeah. Oh man, I feel so bad. Kyle just sitting there like, oh, someone help me.
Wow. Look at that. They were able to get rid of the shield coming in from the zombie, but only 3 minutes is going to be remaining here, and PB's almost there, going to be able to take this point A, but are they going to be successful in doing so? Here we go. Just a little bit more to take A, much quicker than that of Portland Burnsiders.
You know, a lot of people have said, especially on this map, the run back is way too long. It feels like if you wipe once, basically the enemy team has the attacking team has that point. especially when everyone starts trickling in. And in certain situations, that just happens. That trickle effect just starts making the momentum harder to build. Usually teams will use this spot right here to kind of group up, but this is also a dangerous area because this is usually when you see those turn A ults come out, or those Dom ults come out in this spot.
That's the thing, right? Like, at the very least, turn A still doesn't have any access to its team maneuver just yet. So if Tekka Dynasty, it was actually in Tekka Dynasty, right?
Tekka Dynasty's already in the point. Look at that.
Yes, they will, and look at that. They're gonna be able to do it.
Oh man! Wow. It makes you wonder. We were watching a fight happen off the point on the side, so it really.
And
makes
then there was someone in.
Right. It really makes you. That's the steal. Oh my god.
Again, what we were talking about earlier, right? Like, so Portline, Burnsiders, and Tekka Dynasty, they're both good in both sides. But Tekka Dynasty showed us a different kind of level of gameplay.
Listen, y'all. Don't have your phones out around Tekka Dynasty, all right? Make sure you check your belongings. That was the steal of 2023. You look, if you go back and you look at everything and you see the fights happening, someone on their team realized, hey, listen, we don't even need all the bars. We just need 2. Let me just drop some for my team right now. And that's what I really love to see in these competitive matches. That level of awareness, map awareness, objective awareness, the time it takes. Okay, if everyone's scattered right now in their own little personal proxy fights, let me just slip on in there and
don't even need any bloodshed. All you need to do is win the war, and that's what Tekka Dynasty.
It's what Gundam's all about. Exactly.
That's okay. For sure.
It's what Gundam is all about. Sorry.
All right, but they don't need anything anymore. They just need to focus on their objectives. And Tekka Dynasty, they didn't even play a team fight going into point B. But with that being said, they are also going to be the ones taking the first game of this series.
Listen, this is the breakout series. This is a very familiar lover to Tekka Dynasty. They know every crevice, corner of Flak Fort. It's kind of theirs.
That's for sure. But we're gonna be heading into game number 2 in just a bit. So make sure you don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back.
Yep. I'll let you handle the transitions. You're good.
And here we are going into game number 2. Would Portland Burnsiders burn the bridges from Tekka Dynasty, or would Tekka Dynasty reign with their dynasty?
You know, no king rules forever, my son.
That is true. That is true. But the question is it their time to drop the crown?
It might
That's
just
the thing, right?
be, it's we're gonna, for those that are new to the game, Flak Fort and Quarry are basically they go hand in hand. The feeling is very mutual. If you can keep them in the spawn point, then you're gonna have a really good time controlling the enemy team. The second they break out, it's just like you have an infestation. You got to figure out where you can quell it,
Right.
who's the strong one, who's the weak one, and then just get them away from your precious cupcakes. And those cupcakes are gonna be the bombs. The coolest part about this map is you gotta plant the bomb and defend it.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of which, defending those.
Oh, look at that flip! Look at that heavy arms flip! That's what I'm talking about. Bring that energy into.
I can see now why you really love Gundam Wing.
Look
man.
at that flip!
But here you go, though. Going back into the game, we're going to be seeing a little bit of the action here. As TKD is just defending this away from Portland Burnsiders, and at this point, they're still trying. It's still early game, but they're already having a hard time, with the defense, with the wall here by Tekka Dynasty.
I just want to point out though, if you look at their placement from the overhead cam, you'll see that their enemy position, their
beautiful
positioning is very strong. They had 3 people on the right side of the map and 2 on the left. The 2 on the left can actually play around with that health pack, but it looks like because there are only 2 on the left, Portland Burnsiders decided to go in there. And here's the funny thing about this. Anytime you go in on the left, the people on the right can go in behind and flank you, clearing you off the point, and then Portland Burnsiders obviously have to try this all over again. So again, it's one of those really cool things when you look at the strategy, especially overhead on this map in particular, is if you have equal defending, if you had at least 3 people on one side and 2 on the other, the enemy team is going to go, you know what, let's go in where there's 2, and then the 3 of them can just do what we just saw, and they just flank, clear them off the point, reset, and let's try this again with 3 minutes on the clock.
Right, and here you go. Still, 3 minutes on the clock is still quite a long time here, for that of the attacker. But I don't see Portland Burnsiders getting this relay point, anytime soon.
Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure.
It looks like they're trying to do it here. We got the Barb jumping in. Barb got taken out. Heavy Arm is taken out. However, yeah.
It's gonna be 3. No, this is gonna be 4 down,
Portland
dude.
Burnsiders is definitely burning on all sides right now.
Oh man, Hawklight doing all the damage right now. And look at that, only Crowderly is gonna be up left here for Portland Burnsiders. It seems as if they are the ones getting burned here.
I really do want to point out that having a Hyperion on your team, specifically on defense, is a very strong maneuver. Just being able to block incoming damage and work as a moving wall. I think a lot of players in casual queue may not realize this. A lot of the competitive players started using Hyperion just to be a mobile fortress.
No, yeah, and look at that as well. We can see the power of their Hyperion, but look at this. Barbatus want to be able to get caught up as well. And that's going to be Orby going to be taken down. There's going to be 5 of them are going to be taken down, and Blast as well. That's going to be a team wipe for Team Portland Burnsiders. And man, the wall that is Tekka Dynasty is just dominating right now. Can't even get a relay point.
It is one of those things where there are 2 objectives. They do say place the bomb, but relay point is one of the most important parts. Sometimes, there's the ult from the Ash going in and the fire, and then getting
that was quite risky.
Out of that.
Yeah, that was so risky. Just the fact that you did not have any follow-ups, you don't have any follow-ups, and still went in just in case, trying to force your way in. But unfortunately, you just got standard up.
Definitely looked like a desperation move at the time, in the moment. Maybe they saw an opening and they said, you know what, I'm going to take it. Sometimes that can lead to a beautiful process of capturing the point.
Right.
And then other times, it's just, hey, let me YOLO.
40 seconds though. Apparently the relay point going to be able to take down Kaio in the process. Maybe this is it, but this is still just a relay point. They still need to get the 8 point. That is the thing.
Oh no! Oh yeah,
misses the G move.
You know what though? I honestly, Tekka Dynasty really didn't get removed from that area. It looks like they just backed off. When you got about 30 seconds left on the clock, you've been pushing up for that long. Sometimes you need a little breather and go, hey, you know what we're gonna do? Let's just fall back a bit. If any of us die, it'll be a closer, run back. And there it is. Tekka Dynasty.
Amazing defense from Tekka Dynasty.
Amazing.
Man, that's the thing. That was the question that we wanted to know earlier, whether or not this might just be the end of the Tekka lineage, right? But it seems as if it is not yet. But the question is, would Portland Burnsiders actually defend this one away from Tekka Dynasty? Because then we will go to overtime.
Look at these stats. Look at these kills. Dark Infestor, 21. Unruly, 13. Nostalgia, Hawklight, 20. Robot, 12. And Affected, 15.
You see how everyone is really, really putting up an effort towards the entire team.
The thing about a lot of these, the Quarry and Flak Fort, specifically Quarry. I think Quarry has really strong defensive options, especially when it comes to health packs. If you look at this area, there's already about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think almost 6 health packs just right out here in the front. And I would definitely say that they favor the defending team. Because if the defending team is taking up a lot of space and not giving very much to the attacking team, all those health packs are theirs. So it's definitely an interesting thing about, what units do we have? We obviously saw that Tekka Dynasty was using a lot of shield units. They were using a lot of units that were able to just either block or deflect damage. So they had the sustainability just with the health packs alone.
Here you go. Tekka Dynasty only needs to get in 1/4 of point A, the first point rather of A and B for the Megazord.
It's gonna take a look. Let's see who's the first to go down. That's usually a very clear sign of the way the match is going to go. It lets you know who's gonna be. Oh, there it is. We already got one down already on Portland Burnsiders, and that is the Gym. With the Gym being the first one to go, and it looks like, it looks like we're about to get 2 out.
Oh, they got it.
The bar.
They got the waypoint.
Yep. Here, Hail Rider just blessed himself out of there.
That's the thing. All they need to do now is, plant the Mega Charge, and from there on out, it's just going to be their game.
It's momentum,
Very quickly.
Yeah. I'll take that trade. I'll lose one guy for 3, And there you go. Bomb has been planted. It looks like they're going for a disarm. It's halfway there. It's almost there. Disarm did not happen in 7 seconds. There's always a chance. Always a chance in there. 3, 2. Is that disarm going to happen? Disarm did happen. We have
They did.
Extension there.
Wow.
All right. Okay.
They're still in the game.
Let's go. Look at that barb. Oh, man. The barb sacrifice is
going to be 3 down, though.
It's a zombie. The bomb's being planted, however.
Mega Charge at the very last second as well.
Have your fingers crossed. Oh, man.
5, 4, 3,
come on.
2, 1, and that's it. Very quickly, very hastily, Tekka Dynasty was able to get their victory, secure their victory against Portland Burnsiders.
Oh man, it says it takes a lot. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's so cool.
Oh my goodness. The beautiful MVP.
Look at that drip. Look at that drip. We always want to just thank everyone for, being a part of these events. Thank you for showing us your fighting spirit. Listen, Portland Burnsiders, no one can take this from you, but you have a ferocity and a fire that no one can take from you. Tekka Dynasty, you guys have definitely showed everyone that you have a clear understanding of the strengths and weaknesses of units.
Right.
Just simple things, old terms like pieing the corner. Your fallback game was great. And then we got to be honest, the towards the very end there, that pull-out game was strong. When they realized at some point, hey, we got this. We don't need to be overextending anymore. We've defended for a good, 3 to 5 minutes. Let's just pull back.
Round 1, right?
Yeah. Let's just pull back a bit and just let them take up space. The time they take up space runs down the clock. Clock runs down. We win. It's good strategy. Exactly. It's very good strategy.
Exactly. Yeah. And, but here's the thing, though, we can't dismiss, we cannot dismiss Portland Burnsiders yet. They still have some matches to play.
Yeah, they do.
It's still just the upper bracket, so they still have a chance to get back up to the grand finals later on in the day.
That's right. Again, just being here, that's a lot. We love to see it. Lending us your fighting spirit, that's a lot. We love to see it. And again, a lot of these teams, they live, breathe Gundam. They're, playing it every day. They're doing their own scrims and lobbies and everything, and sometimes you just got to go back to the drawing board.
Right, but with that being said, we are now going to be heading into our next match. We're going to be setting it up first, rather. We're going to be setting up the next match. But, with that being said, please enjoy your stay here. Make sure you are here. Follow to our Twitter and Twitch as well for more updates. And, man,
I'm going to do that right now during the break.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Oh, yeah, do it right now. During the break, get your snacks, get your water, drink up,
Twitter.
And we'll be right back after this short break with the next match.